Hey, what's up, tubers? This is the SHTF Hunter. Today's video is about a question that someone asked me a long time ago, and that question was, if the shit hit the fan, you could only have one gun, what would that one gun be? And I know over the past 25 or however many years it's been, that my mind's probably changed a few times. But you know, the more knowledge I gain about firearms, the easier it is for me to, you know, now my vision's pretty clear as far as my one gun. We're going to talk about that today. Now, a couple of years ago, a lot of survivalists and preppers in the YouTube community was putting out this video about if they could only have one gun. And a lot of them chose a handgun. They say this gun, a handgun, is most likely to be with you at any and all times. It's easy to be with you. As far as portability, it's highly concealable. It's good at close ranges. Unfortunately, in my opinion, I mean, yeah, it's good in close ranges, but do you really want to be in a close range firefight with somebody? And you know, the handgun takes almost no game, you know, small game or large game. You'd have to be really good to take game with a handgun, and your range is about limited for most people up to about 50 yards, about as far as most people are going to be able to fire this weapon. So it's not going to be a handgun for me. So what does that leave? A lot of people say, what about a shotgun? Shotgun takes, you know, some of the pros. Shotgun can take small game and large game depending on the ammunition you're using. And you don't have to necessarily be, real accurate. All right, some of the cons, it's only got a range up to about 100 yards. And your ammo is really big and it'll take up a lot of space. So take up valuable space. If you're traveling, you're gonna have, you know, you ain't gonna be able to carry a whole lot of ammo with a shotgun. But so no shotgun for me for my one and only gun. A lot of people will holler, how about a 22 long rifle? Well, you know, a couple pros for a 22 long rifle. The ammo is really small. It does take small game very well. It doesn't, you know, I guess deer's kind of considered a medium-sized game. It won't take medium-sized game very well. I mean, you can, I know people have killed deer with 22s, but typically you won't have to shoot them in a head or something like that. A 22 Magnum's actually suited better for killing deer, but you know, a couple of cons. It's not, you know, it's not very good for defending yourself against two-legged predators. It is small, fairly small, but it's not going to be a 22 long rifle for me. All right, so what about a high-powered bolt-action hunting rifle? Okay, let's go over some pros. You're looking at probably 500 to 600 yards. Being able to use this rifle against, you know, large game or two-legged predators. Con, this is only good for large game. And some more cons. The ammo, if you have to save up, if you want to buy a lot of ammo for this, your larger deer rifles, the ammo is more expensive, and you got heavier recoil. So it's not going to be a high-powered hunting rifle for me. So what else does that leave? It leaves intermediate cartridges. So let's look at a couple intermediate cartridges. So what about an AK 7.62 by 3.9? You know, a few pros. This thing's like a semi-automatic 30-30. Your bullet mass is twice of what your typical 223 or 5.56 bullet's going to weigh, and ammo is you can still get ammo about 50 cents a round as far as the cheap stuff. You can get 125 grain or you can get 150 grain. And only problem is, you know, large game is about all it takes, and it is good for taking two-legged predators, probably up to 300-400 yards. For as far as large game, you know, you're looking at distance of probably about 200 yards. But so, you know, okay, but I think I can do even better than 7.62 with 3.9. So we come to this bad boy. Yeah, a lot of you saying, yeah, we all got one of those, but I'm going to try to explain to you why this is probably the best one gun for SHTF. Go over some pros. All right, so the magazines take up less space than the AK magazine. You know, you're looking at two-legged predators. You can probably defend yourself out to 400 or 500 yards fairly easy against two-legged predator. You can take deer probably at 200 yards with the right ammo and some very precise shooting. So the only one of the cons is the fact that the ammo, cheapest ammo is still like 75 cents a round. So, you know, that's kind of a con, but it's not that big of a deal. But so yep, good for big game, good for two-legged predators. But with the addition of a CMMG conversion bolt, there you have to have a magazine. You probably want to carry at least 2 mags. You know, it's good for, you know, you're good for shooting, taking small game with this too. So you can fire 223 out of the barrel, and you can fire 22 long rifle out of the barrel. Take large game and small game to defend yourself against two-legged predators. One more pro to a 22 long rifle. We've already went over the ammo is very small and very cheap. A 22 long rifle is very easy to suppress. So if you were trying to be very quiet, you could do that with a 22 long rifle. But when it's time, when you need to reach out there a little further, you can do that too with this one gun. All right, so that's my one gun. This is the SHTF Hunter. I'm out.